Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Abigail Killen, and I'm a certified Christian life coach, as well as the founder of Perfect Love Life Coaching. If you don't already know me, I'm a certified Christian life coach who helps women own their Christian identity with joy and purpose through biblical truths. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so blessed to have you here. It has been a wonderful week, a beautiful day outside, and I am so motivated and so excited to share with you today. Now, this week's video is going to be a little bit different because we're doing not so study-based, but more just advice from a life coach type of thing. Today, we'll be discussing how you can set goals that you are actually going to achieve. When speaking to clients, it has become very noticeable to me that there is a pattern, and especially whenever we're trying to set goals that we're trying to reach. Most of the time, whenever I'm speaking to them, they're thinking, well, I'd like to set this goal and I'd like to achieve it, but I don't really know how to achieve it, or if I'm going to have time, or if I can put enough energy into it, or how I can stay motivated to do it. And today we're going to combat all of those things and figure out how we can take those pieces and make them a lot less complicated and a lot more easy to manage. One concept I would like to introduce to you, if you haven't heard it before, are SMART goals. And SMART goals is an acronym, and it's for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Now I'm going to use just a goal that I've made up, and I'm going to apply our SMART goal method to it and see how it changes it and see what you think about it afterward. Let's say you really need to clean your room. And this goal is good for anyone. We all have a hard time keeping our room clean, okay? It's like the space that no one ever sees, or maybe sometimes your friends see, and it's hidden and it's in the back of the house or whatever, and you're like, okay, no one's seeing it, or I'm just gonna shove things under my bed or in my closet, no one's gonna see it. Well, let's actually think about how we can improve that area of our lives, because whenever your room is cluttered, your mind is cluttered. Make your goal specific. That's the first part of the SMART goals. Whenever you say, I need to clean my room, you need to make it so specific. Really think about it. I need to make this goal as detailed, as precise, as specific as I can. I need to clean my room. All right, what part of your room do you really want to get clean? Or why do you want to get it clean? These are things to think about. I really want to clean my room because I feel really stressed and anxious, and I have friends coming over next week. That's being more specific on why this is so important to you. So now it's specific. I really need to clean my room because of this. Now going into the second part, our measurable aspect of our SMART goal acronym is make sure that you can actually figure out how to measure this goal. Now it's pretty easy to measure your progress this way because it's actually getting cleaned if you're doing it actively. But when it comes to like other goals, like you're trying to become more confident or less anxious or more outgoing, then you would have different methods like a planner or tracker or something like that to track your success and make sure it's measurable. But luckily for us, we have figured out a specific goal and it's measurable because you're able to see the progress right in front of you, right? So now we're in SMA, achievable. You have to make sure this goal is something that is not too far out of your reach. You can actually achieve it. Now, it's very good for you to stretch yourself and really try to set lofty goals that are super big, right? But you want to make sure that your goal is going to be something that you can still reach. It can still be achieved. It's good to kind of stretch yourself a little bit. So whenever you're setting this goal, saying that you're going to clean your room in this amount of time, you have these time constraints, you have these things holding you back, you have homework you have to do, you have school still, and you have things that like Bible study on the weekdays or something like that. Those things can come into play as well. So you have to think of all the different things, because even though a goal may seem easy, like cleaning your room, there's a lot of things that get in the way throughout the week, throughout the month, and then you end up never cleaning your room and you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's why we set goals this way. So it's specific, it's measurable, and you can achieve it because you know that you can clean your room if you make sure that, okay, I have school these days, and whenever I come home, I have Bible study on these days, and I have homework I have to do at this time. So I'm going to allot this time that I'm able to do it. So now you're really thinking about it, because this goal that was really small has become very detailed. So now we're going into relevant. Is this goal relevant to your bigger goal? And you already have answered your question throughout the beginning stages of your SMART goals. Whether you realize it or not, it was important to decide the reasoning why you're setting the goal, and this is going to help for this portion. You're feeling stressed and you're feeling cluttered. You're feeling very anxious. Is this going to help with that bigger goal of not feeling that way? Absolutely. Cleaning your room is going to be relevant to your bigger goal. You want to make sure that you have a lofty goal in mind, right? That lofty goal meaning that it's so far in front of you, you feel like you can't reach it. And it's not bad to have those goals, like I said before, but with our SMART goals, we can set smaller goals and smaller steps for success. So let's say your bigger goal right now is to be less anxious and less stressed in your life. This is a great step towards achieving your bigger goal. We can check that off the list because in being relevant, that's very true. So it's specific, measurable, it's achievable, and it's relevant to the bigger goal that you've set for yourself. Whatever that is, if these smaller goals are getting you towards that bigger goal, then it's definitely relevant. The last thing we're speaking on is time-bound. Well, we already established it at the beginning that your friends are coming over next week. But not only next week, let's think about the day, right? Let's think they're coming over next Friday, and it's Tuesday right now. Think of how many days you have in between Tuesday and Friday of next week, which is a long time. But if you count in all of the days that you have youth group or Bible study, or you have to help your mom out with something, or you're going to be at church, or you're going to be doing an extracurricular activity, you have lots of things that are going to come into play here. So you have to take an account of all of those different facets whenever you're thinking of this. Being time-bound means that you're going to achieve this goal by a certain time. Now, I'm assuming you're not going to want to clean your room on Friday when your friends are coming over because you'll probably be coming after school and you're going to have no time. So make sure you think about those things. So now this goal that we had at the beginning of the video that was very simple and easy to do has become way bigger than you thought, because we always think, oh, that's easy, I'll just put it off. And then you keep putting it off and you never actually do it. And the reason for that is because life gets in the way and it gets complicated. And so if you're not able to get to that specific goal that you set for yourself and reach it, it's because there's a bunch of other things that's either gotten in your way, whether it be you or the things. And that's what we're going to focus on real quick. It's you that has to decide whether or not you're going to let those things actually get in your way. Cleaning your room may seem like a small thing, but if you don't want to be anxious and stressed out, that's actually a bigger thing than you think. Because your room is the place where you sleep, where you hang out with your friends, where you chill, where you get to decompress after a long day. Maybe there's a bathroom in your room and you get to go in there and shower and brush your teeth and just chill and light a candle or do your homework. Like, your space is your space and you have to keep it decluttered and organized in order to be able to clear your mind and be less stressed and less anxious. So keep that in mind whenever you think a goal is small. It's a lot bigger sometimes than you actually let on. Now, when you're setting goals, remember to continuously be in prayer with God. In everything, give thanks. Pray before your goal. Pray during, while you're trying to achieve it, and after you've either achieved it or maybe you failed. There is one person who knows you better than you do, and it's God. And you need to be speaking to him about every decision you're making and how you're feeling and just all of the emotions you're going through as you do these things, as you achieve these goals, as you go through the process and you're feeling frustrated and more stressed than when you started. He will help you. He will give you peace. He will give you calm. And so prayer is powerful, as we've talked about before, and use that power as you're doing things that are small, because they'll become bigger because the Lord is involved. The main thing that matters throughout all of your goal setting is specific action. Specific action is making sure you have a detailed plan of how you're going to get this done. The SMART goals are to help you carry out specific action. Because specific action means that you know exactly what you're going to do to achieve your goal, exactly how you're going to go about it, exactly how you're going to write things down, plan things out. Make sure your time is all planned out. Make sure, okay, I'm not going to have time Wednesday or Thursday, but I'll have time Friday. So you work all Friday figuring out how to make sure that day works for you and fits in your schedule to where you won't be more stressed out. Make sure you have an accountability partner as well. As a life coach, that's one of my biggest jobs, is to be an accountability partner for my clients. When you're feeling stressed out or you're like, I have no idea what I'm going to do, I feel so unmotivated right now, this is too much. I'm here to help ground you a little bit, to help show you that it's not that hard. Go through your SMART goals again, figure out how you were able to plan it out to where it was simpler for you. Remember why you're doing it. Remember that it was a bigger plan, that there's a bigger goal in mind. Is this going to get you there? Yes. Does it matter to you? Yes. Do you care about this thing? If the answer is yes, then I can help you figure out how to get back on track, motivated, and feeling good about achieving your goals. And even better than me, God will do that for you if you're in prayer with Him and trusting Him to help you through this. Proverbs 14:23 says, "In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tendeth only to be penury." Meaning that there is profit in doing rather than just talking about it. Because when you just talk about it, it doesn't do anything for you. You continue to talk about it, whether it be good or bad, but in this case, your goals. When you continue to talk about your goals, I'm going to do this. I've planned it out. I know what I'm going to do. I've gone through all my SMART goals. It matters to me. I'm going to do it. But you don't ever do it. You don't ever take specific action to do it. The Lord says that it's going to lead to destitution and poverty. That's what penury means. And He's saying that you should be motivated by the fact that when you do for the Lord, He will reward you. That when you set a goal that is going to help you, and especially if you set a goal that's going to help your relationship with you and God, and you strive to achieve it, and you put in the work, and you do the specific actions to get there, you'll be rewarded, and the Lord will help you during the process. Use the resources around you. As a life coach, I am a resource. Jesus Christ is a resource. If you're praying to Him in His Word, in devotionals, listening for His small, still voice, if you are trusting in Him, He is a resource. And then the loved ones around you, whether there's not that many, that doesn't matter. The ones around you are resources that you can use to stay motivated and to stay on track, to stay uplifted and joyful throughout the process, because setting goals and achieving them should feel good. You should feel motivated and inspired to create more goals and do more in your life, especially if it's for Jesus and it's for His kingdom. That is even better if it's for that. So remember that the greater goal in life should be to glorify, praise, and bring others to Jesus' kingdom, but little goals are still important. For me, my goal is to glorify Him in everything that I do, but my goal, again, which is a smaller, more detailed, more centered goal, is that I want to be a life coach who is helping other people. I want to have clients so that way I can minister to them and help them and guide them and show them what it's like to experience God's perfect love. So even though there's a bigger goal in mind, all these little goals that I'm achieving are going to get me to that bigger goal. As I wrap up, I'd like to mention that if you become a client of mine, I have a workbook and devotionals and worksheets that I integrate inside of my coaching packages. So as soon as you become one of my clients, you always have access to these workbooks and these resources. And I bring them to you whenever I think that you really need them or that they would be a benefit to you, or if you would like them, if you're a more visual, hands-on learner, these are great resources for you. In those worksheets and in the workbook especially, I do a lot of goal work and prep. A lot of goal prep is very important. Remember how much we just did to figure out that there's a goal that we actually want to set. It's very important to make sure you have that all set up, detailed, regimented, figured out. So in the workbook especially, as I said, you will go through the different steps of how to set goals and how to achieve them properly and maintain those long term after you achieve them. Remember that goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Because if you don't have those aspects within your goal, you can't take real specific action to make them happen. And the biggest advice I have is to remember to continuously pray through everything, through all of your wins, your losses, when you set the goal, when you are achieving it, when you're failing at it, and whenever you finally make it to the end where you feel proud of yourself, remember who helped you along the way. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you being here. I really hope some of this helped you, or it helped you have a different perspective on goal setting and what it can do for you. If you would, please go ahead and check out the links in my bio. I have a poll that I put up each month, and I'm asking you what you'd like to see each week for our videos. So if you are a watcher here that is on all the time and you clock in every single Saturday, firstly, I appreciate you, and secondly, it would be so awesome if you could just go check that out and tell me what you'd like to see. I would love to hear from you guys and know what you want to see more of or what you don't want to see more of. I'll see you next Saturday, and I love you all so much. Have a great week. Bye.